Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. You have a video today from ChishaZed.
I've known Kevin Samuels for more than 30 years.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
This woman here says. And I used to argue with him back then. But now I realize that he was right. The title of this video is Kevin Samuels Was Right. I think so. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
I'm TJ and this is Life Lessons. Good morning. Now, okay, the video
She's actually a big creator herself. I've seen many of her videos.
I posted a couple of days ago with the two females in the Uber. Several of you posted a picture of someone and kept referencing this person, Kevin Samuels. Do you recognize anybody in this picture? That's Kevin Samuels. Next to me. No, we did not date. I just cropped out the other friend. It was a group picture I just cropped out. But the reason why I pointed out this picture is because I knew Kevin for over 30 years. And it's interesting because when he went viral in 2020, talking to the young woman, the average at best, that just took over the internet, people lost focus. The woman herself said that she was average. When he asked her how she raised herself, average. So when he recounted that, that's when it fluctuated. But the point I want to make is, going back to the original clip here, is Kevin was saying the same things in the 80s, because this is in 80s, 90s. When ChishaZed Ali came to the University of Oklahoma talking about her book and the male-female dynamic in the Black community, I was among those women that were revolting because I'm like, how dare you? Right. Say that we just supposed to do this, that, and the other. We're not supposed to get our education. We're not supposed to do this. I was probably, when Kevin would make his references about certain women that he knew back in college, I was probably one of them.
Okay.
Damn. Hey, she's self-aware. Well, shout outs to her. She knew that the woman that Kevin talked about that, was career oriented, that was so against normal traditional roles. We got one right here.
Because I had a mouth and still, but I choose joy. So when he said that men they don't care about how much our education is and how much we make, you couldn't have convinced me of that back in the 90s and 2000s.
Really?
You understand me? But he was absolutely right. And as a matter of fact, when he had his show, I called in to his show and he and I were talking, and I told him that I got married and the things that he was saying back in school was absolutely right. I'm still me, but I don't have to compete with my man. And what's funny about it is me and Mr. Randolph have been together for 8 years now. To this day, he never knew how much money I made. Never cared. When we put it together, it's ours. He never cared. But guess what? He makes things happen up in here. And the truth of the matter, technically,
My man.
always made more than he did. He never cared. And he knew that. He didn't know exactly how much I made, but he knew I made more. But again, that had nothing to do with what he was doing to be the man of this house, the king of this castle.
So hold on. First off, I just want to acknowledge and give her props for saying this. How many women out there probably can't say this because, let's be honest, they don't have the husband. They weren't able to look at a man who they out-earned and actually settle down with that man and realize.
But that's the thing, right? She didn't out-earn this man. This man makes less than her, but she doesn't care. That's the big thing. She doesn't care that he doesn't make more than her. But he leads. He does all the masculine things that she needs from him. He's a good man.
Realize what KS and many men have been saying for years. It's probably a larger majority of those women who have to it's hard to admit that you passed up on what could have been healthy marriages. Lastly, the pride, right? The humility of being able to actually admit this is commendable. I also wonder.
Well, I think she's also in a position of life. She doesn't care anymore. She has exactly what she wants. She knew she fucked up. She corrected course, and now she's happy. So she wants to actually share this information and stuff. I don't think very many women that end up not happy and end up with no man are going to come and admit things like her.
Whether she had to realize that he was right because she maybe wanted originally, I don't know, maybe wanted originally a certain type of man, but realized that the older she got, maybe that type of man wasn't really as interested. You know, these are very sensitive topics here. Let's keep it.
We put it together, it's ours. He never cared. But guess what? He makes things happen up in here. And the
I love how she says up in here. Yeah. That means this man is handling business. This also is what I want to say. You have to handle business. You have to know what you're doing. You have to lead properly. You have to have a good head on your shoulders. Understand that every choice you make affects a lot. All right? So don't make rash choices.
for the matter, technically, always made more than he did. He never cared. And he knew that. He didn't know exactly how much I made, but he knew I made more. But again, that had nothing to do with what he was doing to be the man of this house, the king of this castle, to make things happen up in here. And my job is to make a house a home. When my baby's home, to make him comfortable that he never wants to leave. To make sure he's full and empty, if you know what I mean. And by his own admission, that's exactly what I do. But you couldn't have convinced me of that then.
Damn.
You couldn't have convinced, because it's so funny, and Mr. Randolph and I talked about it. I reached out to him on the online website, on the dating website.
Oh, she put in the work. Shout outs to you. Damn.
And one of the things that he said, even though he put me in his favorites, he didn't reach out to me, and I asked him why. And he said he thought I was beautiful, but when he read, hear me now, all my litany of accomplishments, I'm this, I'm that, I have this education, I'm this, that, and the other. He said he didn't think a woman with all these accomplishments would be interested in a truck driver. As opposed to saying, well, I enjoy this. I love taking long walks. I like watching television. I love to this. I was focusing on the things that many women look for in men. So,
which is, again, the trippiest thing. Right? We always say women have empathy, but they can never understand this. Like, they can never put themselves in our shoes and say, why will we care about your money? Why will we care about your status?
I was overcomplicating it.
Right.
And the truth of the matter is, I thought that that's saying that when we say the man doesn't care about those accomplishments, that the man don't want you to have them. That's not it.
Nope.
I cannot tell you the number of times that I've overheard my husband, touting and talking about the things that I've done when people see the military.
We want to be able to brag about our wives. Like, if my wife did wonderful things, you best believe I'm going to be bragging about it.
Military flag or the pictures when they come in. It's, oh yeah, my wife was this, that, and the other. And oh yeah, she's proud of me. Proud. I kind of chuckle sometimes when I'm hearing them talk to other people. But I was leading with those things. And when it comes down to the breaking it down like a fraction, what makes me a good wife has nothing to do with those things.
So much facts. So much facts.
I don't talk over
my auntie
husband. I don't embarrass. I mean, I'm just not acting a fool. But that's where you come maturity, and being able to accept constructive redirection. So because me and Kevin are.
I can see why she's married. It makes sense.
Argue all the time.
Totally.
You hear me all the time.
Right? This is why we always say it's hardly ever about looks. Right? It's the end all be all of being married usually isn't looks. It's this self-awareness. Like reciprocation. Wanting to actually put in work for him too. Understanding that he has his place and you have your place. And everything works wonderfully.
All the time. He was like a little brother to us. Like, get away, little boy. Pesky little boy. But he was right. Now, let me tell you something. I don't agree with everything, his approach on a lot of the stuff. I don't. And I told him so. Especially when women would come in being respectful and then he would take it. I didn't like that. And I let him know that. But that was against the showmanship part. But the crux of his arguments, and many times, was absolutely right, because those women, those females that were in that Uber would be the same type of woman calling up in there. And then when he would wear him down to a low gravy, then all of us other women want to jump on the bandwagon and go against him. So, rest in peace to my longtime friend. We hadn't spoken, as far as been in the same circles of gosh several years before he passed. But I still considered him a friend. And when you write, you write. Those are my thoughts. What do you want to take that with you?
Look at that. Look at that. That is KS. You know, in case you were doubting it.
I don't know. It puts a smile on my my face when I see like an old picture like this of KS. You know, like I tell you guys why I call him the Godfather many times, but like the man touched me, touched my life in ways that most people could not. Right, so I give him credit. I give credit where credit is due.
I wonder how old he was right then. Let's ask Miss Coffee real quick. Miss Coffee, if Kevin Samuels, we're talking 80s, 90s, how old was he back then?
So during the 1980s, Kevin Samuels was born in 1965. So during the 1980s,
Kevin Samuels is as old as my mom?
he would have been
Or would have been as old as my mom was 69. Oh, so he's a little bit older than my mom. Or would have been a little bit older than my mom. Well, they both passed, so I don't know how to say past tense on this stuff. Whatever.
roughly 15 to 24 years old. During the 1990s, he would have been about 25 to 34 years old.
So, damn, almost close to my age, 34 or so.
Wow. Wild photo right there. But yeah, what a refreshing video. What a refreshing video. Truly, truly a refreshing video. I think the older we definitely get, especially men who are around my age, I know as we get older, the truth will reveal itself. Coffee will be served. We'll have many, 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 many millions of women who will be able to admit this. The difference with this one, though, this one's actually, I believe, a very good ending. You know?
Well, she's someone that's pretty up there, famous and clout and everything. So for her to admit these things, it's wonderful. Because we have an example of someone that made it. You know, they did all these things. They did the career and all this, and then realized, and they were able to correct course. I think women can correct course if they're willing to put in the amount of work that she did, to put in the amount of effort she did into her man.
She has figured it out. A lot of women won't be able to do that. A lot of them won't.
Nope.
And no, I don't sit here and wish that. However, unfortunately, the same way that people didn't like Kevin Samuels' approach, I think one thing that's always talked about, but just not enough, is a lot of people don't know the mindset of a lot of modern women and how they interact with the men of their in their peer groups, looking down on them, the way they talk about them, lack of respect. And you get older and you realize you should have been more humble. And they start to tone down because you won't always.
Yeah, some do, but we do see a lot that double, triple down as they get older, because what else can they do?
Be that young.
They're not going to correct
woman.
themselves.
Top comment here says Kevin was worse against men. That's very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true. The next comment here reads, y'all did ChishaZed Ali wrong back then. She was so right. When truth comes, people typically persecute the messenger, especially when the truth is very hard to hear.
You ever look at some old pictures and be like, yup, that's when I should have stopped eating right there. Yeah.
I should have stopped eating right there. I was big. No.
Yeah, O2, because unbeknownst to me, my back finna take. You know that pic you took about 20 years ago when you thought you was fat? But now you're big and fat. And you wish you could be the fat you were when you thought you was fat. You look at that pic and be like, damn, I had a collarbone. Now our neck thick as hell like tree trunks with earrings. And you don't even realize you're getting big till it's too late. Big backness don't happen overnight. It's a slow process, like inflation. It'll start real subtle, like when you start for jeans. But you know, you can blame that on the dryer. I just stick these big dryer. They still hot. You don't really notice till somebody tag you in a photo. Damn, where that linebacker come from? I knew it was over when my calf stopped wrapping around all the way.
That was definitely Kevin Samuels' line. Fucking linebackers.
The towel just agreeing to disagree. We ain't gonna make it. Like, oh, so this towel fat phobic. As soon as you gotta start taking your selfies like this, that's when you know it's over. When you gotta
I like this lady.
angle, you gotta catch the angle. You gotta catch that. When you start using your purse to hide your stomach, that's another sign.
Damn.
It's water weight. You're drinking your water from the fire hydrant, and we try to deny it at first. You know, like, oh, I'm just bloated. Busy 2025. Or we try to tell ourselves, oh no, we just thick in all the right places. What places? Anywhere, everywhere, all at once. And the older we get, the harder it is to lose. It's like you got a soul tie with your stomach.
It is very true. As you get older, and if you are out of shape, it's harder to get in shape. But if you are older and you are decently in shape, it's easy to maintain.
That motherfucker, everybody got an old, they can't fit no more. That they say, oh, I'm gonna get back in them. They're just hanging up in your closet, waiting on you to get back in them.
I do have some jeans that were like that, and then I got skinny, and then now these jeans are too big.
Girl, throw them apple bottoms away. You're not getting back in the apple bottoms. You go from Buddy Love to Sherman
Wait, boots with the fur?
the Clump in 3 summers. Whoa, it don't nothing humble you like trying on last summer's clothes. God damn. You went from crop top to muffin top real fast. Thighs be rubbing together like Birdman hands. I blame leggings because they the reason we didn't even know that our backs was getting that big.
You know, this whole the thighs rubbing and the chub rub, I never understood what it was until I got fat myself. When I was 215 and I was walking and I actually got chub rub, I was just like, what the actual hell's going on with my thighs right now? Why are they just so sore and burning?
Because you
Fat
put your big
ass.
in a size small leggings and still think you was okay. But 16, ladies, we just got so big and so solid and so heavy. We're like little anvils. And you know it's getting bad when your titties start sitting on your stomach like an armrest. Yeah. Can't even wear a nigga without looking like Winnie the Pooh. I don't even wear waist beads no more. I was just wasting beads. Pop 4 of them in a month. Then talking about this happy weight. Well, bitch, you need to calm the down because all that happy shit got your shit bigger than I'm. Go through your own or something.
You need to get sad a little bit.
Shit out of control.
I'm just saying that, you know, the options are very low for black women.
What do you mean?
And that's
Hold on,
a
whoa,
fact.
whoa, 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 whoa! Stop right there. You have to justify that.
I'm justifying it in terms of there's a lot of good men that are locked up.
Let me
that are
stop you
high
right there. Let me
value.
stop you right there, man.
Okay.
I need to stop you right there. I need.
Did you say there's a lot of good men that were locked up? Yeah, that doesn't. Those two things don't usually belong in the same sentence.
To stop
Okay.
you right there, I need you to pay attention. 51% of black men are single and childless. 64% are in the middle class. So
Which is pretty solid, by the way. And the middle class nowadays is almost poverty.
you can go ahead and take that 1980s talking point back over to color purple land because that shit is factually inaccurate and untrue according to black people statistics. And go to blackdemographics.com, black statistics for black people about black people, and they'll show you. See, every time I make a point, instead of saying, damn, I didn't know that, you're going to still try to be right.
You know, this is why I'm always like, damn, when I watch something and they're right, I'm like, damn, I didn't know that. I say this all the time. You have to be able to admit fault. You have to be able to admit that you know what you don't know, right? There's 3 things of knowing. Things that you know, things that you don't know, and things that you know don't know. And I know I don't know a lot.
Didn't know that. 51% are single and childless. That means they're unmarried, no kids. And 64% in the middle class. Damn, I didn't know that. See, what that says is there are plenty of black men out here who are available to marry and have kids.
But they are invisible to these women.
Why can't black women seem to get them?
What age group is that?
No, ma'am. Marrying age.
And
Those
what
are the
area?
marrying age. They don't keep statistics on teenagers. Ma'am, it's marrying age. See, this is what I mean. I'm trying to educate her on why she's wrong on the facts. Even when I made points, she'll keep moving the goalpost. Give me the facts, the data, and statistics. Who calculated them? Well, it ain't right. Look, at the end of the day, this is why so many of y'all are by yourself.
Kevin Samuels was right. I hate to admit that so much. But gotta give credit where credit is due.
Always.
Kevin Samuels was right. Ladies, winter is coming.
I think winter's been here for like a year or two now for a lot of women, right? After Kevin passed, I think winter came quick. And it wasn't because he passed or anything. I think because economy and everything just really started to hit.
And last night proved to me that I need a man. For real. Because I almost died in my room. It was 30 degrees in Houston last night. My toes almost froze off. Unfortunately, we got to stop with this strong independent bullshit, because when it gets cold outside, we cannot cuddle up with our independence. Okay? Yes, I have.
You just gonna get one of those body pillows, you know. You can cuddle with that.
An amazing blanket and central heat and all that stuff. I didn't turn the central heat on last night because I didn't know it was going to be so cold, but that's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is, I should have been cuddling up with my man. Okay? I should have been increasing my body heat when it was cold. But you know what I was doing? Laying my strong, independent in the bed by myself. Now, let me tell you something. I'm done being single. I've been saying this for months, and I'm so serious. I am done being single. I want to love and cater on somebody with warm flesh.
She's going about it the correct way. I want to cater to someone. She's at least saying that she wants to put in work and effort into that person instead of, I need this and want this. It's not me.
Okay? I want to honor and respect somebody who can keep me warm. I'm sorry. Y'all got this single shit by yourself. I am done with it. I am done with it. It is so bad right now that I might go ahead and go to the gas station and scoop up that homeless man that proposes to me every time I feel my tank up. I mean, I could tell if I clean him up a little bit, give him a little haircut, he might be kind of fine. Okay? That's how cold I was last night.
Desperate.
Next comment here says, something I'm learning as a wife. All a husband wants is respect, a home-cooked meal, sex, and to be in his woman's arms. That's an amazing trade-off for an amazing life.
It really is, in my greatest opinion. When you're with a loving husband, I think, what else do you want? He takes care of you. You take care of the kids. You kind of get almost whatever you want within reason. Why would you want to work? Why would you want to be out in the corporate world grinding, doing all these hours for minimal pay, being stuck in traffic? All of that is not the fucking business. It really fucking isn't. If I could be just a stay-at-home father and just take care of my kids and not have to worry about money, I would probably trade that for working for money. Right? Even if I worked and made 4 times more money, I would probably still trade that in to spend more time with family and with my kids, with my wife. It just makes more sense, right? The reason you get a lot of money is to buy time back, in a sense. And if you're wasting that much time to make that much money, are you really saving time? Are you enjoying the time that you're losing?
Somebody else who says people didn't know Kevin was hard on men. Another comment who says, I knew Kevin was a real one when he said, if you don't have your ish together, you have no business staying up late to watch my videos and live streams. You don't have enough time to be watching me. You need to take action now. No creator with a starting platform would continuously promote that. Another commentator wrote, they hated Kevin Samuels far too much. Shaking my head, bro is one of the best things to happen to dating in the black community.
He wasn't just a black community kind of guy. Like, he was so well known and reached so far. He reached me. I'm Asian, right? And he reached a lot of Asian people. He reached a lot of Hispanic people. He reached a lot of white people. I know quite a bit of other people that know Kevin, that speak about Kevin. I literally would just go out in public, have conversations, and Kevin gets brought up. That's how influential this man is. He gets brought up in my conversations in general. Because, you know, if people know about, like, they want to talk about dating or something like that, they almost always bring up Kevin. Kevin, like you said, the Godfather. I understand there's other Godfathers there. Tom Likas, I can consider him a Godfather for sure, right? There's other people, but the Godfather is the person that affected me the most, that was able to reach his hand down, pull my ass up, and be like, get to it, young man, get to it.
R.I.P. Godfather. To say that there hasn't been an ongoing effect. I mean, just recently I was reacting to Melissa Ford. She couldn't even say Kevin Samuels' name, but she's talking about how she's dealing with the same topics. People don't want to hear these topics about people who value healthy relationships, building families, so on and so forth, what it takes to qualify for exactly that. Let's see here. We have one more video from her that I found. Let's check it out.
You need to hear this. When I was in that picture right there in that time, you could not have convinced me. I had to be about 145. I'm 5'8". At that time, I was 5'8 and a half. Now I'm just 5'8". I'm shrinking. But at that, I was 5'8 and a half, a spelt 145. You could not hit me in the ass with a red apple. I was fine. You hear me? You couldn't have convinced me at that age, with all that hair and my body teeth, that by the age of 45, I would be over 200 pounds. What? You couldn't convince me? I'm going to be fine my whole life. You know?
It is interesting that women really think they are going to be fine their whole life. Like, I mean, as hot. Like, how? Like, we all see older women, and as they age, we obviously see that they lose attraction or lose attractiveness, but women like ignore all of that when it comes to themselves, but they'll point it out at other women, but when it's themselves, they just think, I'm always going to be hot.
See me, love me. You couldn't convince me. Wait, and maybe that's why it happened to me.
The title of this one says, Time Gets Us All. Boy, I know they're clicking out now.
Because me and my girls, we would see women, but you know, we're in our 20s. I want y'all to understand me now. We're in our 20s and we fine.
Right.
Not, I mean, real fine, not artificial fine like y'all be doing. But
another shot.
Diabolical.
Women.
And we would see women that were out of shape. Thank you for the gift. And we would call them FS. Girl, ooh, she got FS. Filthy shape. I said, you know what?
Brutal.
That's why this happened to me. Because this is what has happened to me.
Filthy
but again,
shape.
These were older women. I'm younger. So, again, I'm going to be fine my whole life.
Right.
Because I don't know nothing about my metabolism slowing down. Because, I would get a little bit, my clothes would feel a little tight. I just miss a couple of meals and jog and do something. And I'm back to you. Not realizing as you get older, your metabolism slowing down if you ain't doing something. And then it really messed me up because I was in the military on active duty. So I had to stay in shape. But when I got out of the military and started having knee surgeries and couldn't do it, I'm starting to gain weight. Y'all need to hear me. Y'all need to hear. And I'm not saying that you got to be, a size 2. I'm not saying none of that. But what I am, what time gets us all. And that is why I'm talking to you. You could not have convinced me then that I would have these bags under my eyes. The same bags that my dad has. You couldn't have convinced.
My dad's bags are freaking like down here. Every time I look at my dad, I'm like, Dad, do you even sleep?
Me then.
Blaming Pop.
And this is the thing about older people too. It's just like, Dad, you can retire now. And he's like, nah, I'm still young. I gotta work until I can't work no more. I'm like, oh, immigrants.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, youth is wasted on the young, period. You could have convinced.
They always say that. I think that is such a good analogy or a good saying that youth is wasted on the young. When you're young, you have no clue. You don't know what to do, so you waste it. It's just like as you're older, like, I wish I had that body. It's like, man, just getting up out of bed right now wrong or too fast. I'm gonna have a fucking back problem for the rest of the day.
Me that all that hair I had on my, because even when my hair wasn't long, I had a lot of it. Thank you, babe. But you couldn't convince me. So I'm telling you. So y'all got mad when Kevin was talking, but he was speaking the pure, unadulterated truth. And I'm going to tell you something. Y'all, when I say y'all, I'm talking about 30 and under. I'll say 35 and under. Y'all couldn't handle growing up Gen X. Couldn't handle it. Because the old folks, they would give it to you raw. They would give it to you raw.
Yeah, my aunts, my uncles. As soon as you come in, you're getting fat. First thing off the rip, as soon as they see no hi, no nothing, just getting fat. That's like, it's not even like a question. It's like an accusatory question. It's like, you're getting fat?
So you woke up one morning and my neck looked like somebody, girl, and the old folks will give it to you. Feelings hurt. Feelings hurt.
Right.
Yeah, you getting fat? You better lose some weight. Nobody's gonna love your ass. Like, that's literally what my family said. It's like, you old now. If you don't keep in shape, no one's gonna love you. I'm like, shit, they ain't wrong in a sense.
Y'all couldn't handle it. But guess what it did? It kept us on our grind. Dad would say, Gal, you gaining some weight. Gal, you getting big. Now y'all would say that's body shaming.
Yeah,
but did they
true.
lie?
They would say
my
that.
aunt, who's 83, she'll be 83 this year. Thank you for the...
I mean, Asian women say this about Asian families. Oh, they're so harsh about my weight, so harsh about this and that. And it's just like, they want the best for you. They want better for you. When they see you out of the norm or out of what they think is best for you, they're going to say something. So if you're a little too fat, they're going to say something. You're a little too skinny, you're going to say something. You're a little too dark because you went out in the sun too much, they will say something. At least my Asian family is like, why are you so dark right now?
She would come over, something, and she said, what you got on? What's going on with your hair? Oh, no, you need to change it.
Today, this type of motherly, whether it's your real mother or not, support, advice. You guys saw recently, there was a mother who was talking about how she saw a 13-year-old girl with the bonnet, and she says, hey, I really want to advise you this, that. Then out of nowhere, the bonnet gang came out, threatened to find her, jump her, beat her up, all types of crazy stuff. Definitely a different time.
Yeah, all they do is try to guide you the best way they can. Is it always right? No, right? Like, we know people make mistakes, parents make mistakes, family members make mistakes, but they do their best to guide you. At least if you have a good family.
So that's why Kevin would come off like that, because see, we grew up having it get raw. It wasn't syrupy sweet. Y'all couldn't handle the truth. You want somebody to lie to you. And my question would be, how is that working for us? How is that working for us? And I'm going to tell you something. Kevin would say, I forget exactly what he would say, but be, dang, I can't think of the word. Cooperative. I think that was the word. And
he does say cooperative a lot.
We took that as a slight, to be cooperative. So conversely, you say, well, to be combative. Why? Do you all realize how much it drains you to be in conflict all the time?
It really does.
Do you realize that? Do you realize how much it takes out of you to be in conflict? And who wants that? I don't. And it's so, we're so conditioned to be in conflict. When we're not, it's like it's something wrong. So guess what we do?
Cause the conflict.
Monkey wrench in it to create conflict. My God. That's what we do. We throw salt in it because we can't handle when it's, I just want
to say, and that's it, guys. Shout out to the lady here for sharing her experience. I think this is like a really refreshing video and story. I think there are more out there. If there are more out there, speak up. Speak up.
Shout outs to women that can correct course and are willing to speak up against the sisterhood and willing to speak up about correcting course, right? Most of these women we've seen, a lot of the 40-year-old, 50-year-olds, what are they saying? No, they're doubling, tripling down. Oh, I'm living my best life. I'd rather be alone, single. Have at it, ladies. We're not mad at you for being alone and single. Just stop coming on the internet and complaining. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. No, wait, don't stop that, because then I won't have content. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Subscribe down below, please.